Hi everyone, I'm now posting this as I've just heard that Donald Trump has declared war in the Middle East and is attacking not just Tehran, but a whole host of cities in and around or in Iran. So, what does all of this mean? I'm really interested in your comments about this because it was reported just the other day by one of the negotiators for Tehran that they were really close to having a decision made about peace, that they were working towards having their nuclear activities downgraded to a point whereby they were no longer making uranium for munitions. So that's the way the situation was just a few days ago. But Donald Trump has chosen, for whatever reason, to launch an attack and start a war in the Middle East. It's not just about Iran, it is actually about the Middle East. And it's interesting to note that this war occurred because Israel, who are fearful of Iran and its proxies in the Middle East, in Lebanon and Syria and nearby, he's decided that he has to use this opportunity, and with the assistance, in fact, of Donald Trump, so that, or the United States, so that Iran can be dealt with once and for all. What we need to understand, I guess, about all of this is that Trump really decided, or he was elected actually on the basis that he wouldn't be any other wars, that this would be the end of wars that the United States would involve themselves in. However, that is proven not to be true. Donald Trump is one of the most despicable human beings on this planet. At a time where the Epstein files are escalating and Donald Trump will be held accountable for his crimes against young girls, he has decided that a distraction such as this, whereby thousands, tens of thousands of innocent people will die, including United States military officers and forces and soldiers, they will all die simply because this narcissistic, pathetic individual has chosen to hold a shiny object up elsewhere that we can all start to look at, which is taking the vision away from one of the most corrupt, despicable individuals on this planet. That is who Donald Trump is, and this is another effort to be able to force us to cast our gaze elsewhere. Now, I could speak forever about Donald Trump's inadequacies, but when one takes a step such as this to divert people's attentions away from the fact that he has not only allegedly abused and sexually assaulted young girls, in fact, there's an allegation that a young girl was killed by him and maybe by others, but because she was going to talk out against Donald Trump. And some of the things I've heard about Trump in relation to all of this, I'm not saying they're true. I'm saying because they haven't been verified as such, but I always do believe that we need to believe what young people are saying. We need to believe that their version of events is the truth, and we need to believe women about their versions. So Donald Trump has now made the ultimate decision to persuade us to start to look elsewhere. And in doing so, he's going to cause so much loss of life. And also, this also means that this man does not care about what's going to happen in the next couple of years, 2.5 years in the United States while he's president. He doesn't give a damn about what other people think of him. He doesn't give a damn about the Republican Party, about those people that are blindly following him in MAGA, those people that are signed up to this cult version of democracy. He doesn't care about any of those people. A narcissist only focuses on themselves. They don't care about the collateral damage. They don't care about the impact their behaviour has on other people emotionally and psychologically. They only care about an outcome which they believe will best suit them. And believe me, this is one of those outcomes which will destroy Donald Trump. This one, along with the Epstein files, will destroy him. Mark my words, this is a turning point. That the world, if they haven't done before, they will now have to turn against the United States. That you won't find that countries like Europe, and Australia and New Zealand and Asian countries will not join in the fight with them. They will start calling Donald Trump out for the disgusting, despicable human being he actually is. And the United States, if they had any capital left, any social capital, any international capital, it is now gone forever. And the rest of the world will start displaying their dissatisfaction, their dislike, their sense of, I guess, being betrayed by the United States, someone in whom they have hoped and prayed, if I can use that word, that they would be assisted by the United States if trouble ever befell them. But no, the United States is just a selfish friggin' country. They don't care about anybody else. They have a low impression, a pathetic impression or version of other people and the rest of the world. They deserve to be isolated. And in this particular instance in Iran will isolate them even further. Now, this is a conversation we'll be continuing having. This news is just broken, so I'll be talking about this more and more over the coming days. But I do suggest, though, because I will be doing that you subscribe to my channel, you ring the bell for further notifications, because this is a turning point. This is the time when we need to take note of what Trump is doing. But also, let's not be distracted by this. Let's remember that this is the most appalling human being on this planet, and that his evilness, his bitterness, his resentment, all the negative stuff you can imagine about one individual is encased in Donald Trump. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I will read them. I'm anxious to hear what you have to say. And on what you say, I will be making a post so that I can reflect some of those comments that you've made. Thank you.